All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, it is going to be about 100 degrees. In fact, this entire week, it's going to be about 100 degrees. So I thought, all right, I've been focusing on nettles. Let's do something fun and refreshing. Let's make strawberry nettle snow cones. So this is what we're gonna do, because it is good to take, you can take your tinctures, you can make your teas, but incorporating herbs into food, especially with people who aren't used to taking herbs or with kiddos, this is a really, really good way to start getting some of the nutrient density, this incredible herb that is nettles, that is an incredible blood cleanser. It is very high in vitamins and minerals that are bioavailable, so your body knows exactly what to do with them, how to absorb them. So we start by making excuse my dirty mason jar that already had some nettles in it, a very strong nettle infusion. So in one of my previous videos, I talked about making nettle infusions with like 4 or 5 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of nettles. With this one, we are just gonna go for it. And I'm adding a full cup. I have this water that is almost boiling. So I'm gonna pour this over the top, and that is it. And I'm going to let this sit for a while. So I have one that I infused last night. It has been infusing for about 12 hours now. It is like black, dark. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. I wanted you to see. Look at this. Like, that's the good stuff right there. Super strong nettles, nettle infusion. So I'm gonna let this sit at least 4 hours for this, but can be longer. And the color, this is when you know the medicine is in the water. It has extracted it. All right, so we are going to strain and measure this nettle infusion into a little saucepan, into a little pot. So let me get another mason jar quickly. I forgot to grab that. So I'm gonna get another mason jar, and we are going to measure this out. So handy dandy strainer here. All right, so step 1, strain. And these nettles, a lot of times what I'll do with these leftover nettles, so you can compost them, they're fantastic for the soil, or I'll put them in a plastic bag, stick it in the freezer, and put it in my bone broths. All right, now I'm gonna measure. So I've got a cup over here, a pot over here, so that's 1 cup. 2 cups, and 3 cups. I'm just gonna save this last little bit to drink. It's gonna be strong, but it's gonna be good. All right, so I've got 3 cups of very strong nettle super infusion in the pot. So essentially we're making a syrup. So I know that if I have 3 cups of infusion, I'm going to do 3 cups of sugar. Now, this is a big bag of organic Costco sugar. Lately, I've been getting organic Sucanat or Rapadura, which is just the dehydrated cane juice, sugar cane juice. And it's before it's been majorly processed. It's still got it's very high in vitamins and minerals, so it's still got all of those intact. It just takes your body a little longer to break it down and to digest than it does just regular, plain old refined sugar. All right, I'm gonna get this going, but you can also use maple syrup, you can also use honey. I'm just making a lot today, so I'm just gonna use my organic sugar. And again, I don't do sugar a lot, but sometimes when you need like a strawberry nettle snow cone, it's fine. Everything in moderation and balance, right? So as I am making this syrup, or in order to make the syrup, can you see the fan? Summertime fan is going here. I am just going to, so I've turned the heat up to about medium, and I'm just gonna give it a gentle stir while the sugar completely blends in and just melts and gets nice and incorporated into the nettles. into the nettle infusion. So I'm gonna let this go for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna stir it until it is completely dissolved, until the sugar is completely dissolved. Okay. And the liquid is reduced, let's see if, there we go. And the liquid is reduced by about half. So we're making a syrup here. So I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna turn off the camera while I'm watching so we're not together for 25 minutes. So I'm gonna keep stirring until the sugar's dissolved, and I'll pop back on in a few minutes, in about 15 minutes, and it should be reduced a bit. So we want the thick, like lots of vitamins and minerals in this with the nettles here. We want it thick and syrupy, and then I'll show you what to do after that. All right, here we are again. Welcome back. So I have made the nettle syrup. This is thicker. It is like very condensed. It has reduced by about half. Look at that dark, gorgeous color. And it will continue to thicken up as it cools. So here we have the nutrient density, nature's multivitamin, so good for your body, absorbs easily, it is detoxifying, it is blood purifying, it helps with seasonal allergies. Amazing, amazing characteristics of nettles here. Many, many benefits. Now we are going to add to the flavor because I am huge on flavor, and the best way to incorporate herbs, I think, into your body and into your diet is to do it in the kitchen. Like, if it can taste good, why not have it taste good? So my go-to is always vanilla, always vanilla. We're gonna add about a half a teaspoon, but I tend to double it. With the homeschool kids that I have worked with, whenever we would bake or do herby stuff, they would add like triple the amount of vanilla. Just so good. Then always, always in savory and sweet dishes alike, a little bit of sea salt. I like Redmond's Real Sea Salt. Very pure, very tasty, brings out the flavor, good for hydration. Add a little bit of sea salt in there. All right, then we have organic strawberries. These I have had in the freezer. I left them out just to thaw a little bit. So I'm gonna do a cup and then just maybe a couple extra because we want that good old strawberry flavor to get in there with the nettle syrup. All right, so I've got these in here. All that's left to do is to blend them all up. So I am going to, because this is still hot, if I were you, I would let it cool a little bit more. But for the sake of today in the video, I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in. So I'm pouring in the nettle syrup with the vanilla and the pinch of sea salt and the strawberries. So I'm going to blend it. If you have a high power blender, that is amazing. If you have a regular blender, I would just, if you have frozen strawberries, I would just let them thaw a little bit more. All right, so pardon the noise. All right, just until it gets nicely incorporated. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a little taste. Oh my gosh, it is so good. You can taste the earthiness from the nettles, super intense strawberry flavor, and the vanilla just rounds it all out with that beautiful creaminess. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is pour this. Oh, I hate wasting nettles. Let me grab one more mason jar. Let's see. And I'm just gonna store this in the fridge and let it continue to thicken up. So let's do one jar here. All right, another jar here. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I'm gonna let it thicken up, and then I'm gonna show you how to turn this delicious, good for your body treat into a snow cone. All right, y'all, I'm gonna try this again. I got my video to YouTube and then realized that the third video had no sound. So let's try it again. I'm not too mad about it because it is still so stinking hot and I'm gonna eat another Nettle Strawberry Snow Cone. So this is my confession / disclaimer. I am obsessed with kitchen appliances. I have a problem, okay? You don't need these fancy appliances to do this. You don't at all. If you have a blender, like a high-power blender, you can make snow. You can make shaved ice. Here's how you do it. Empty blender, turn it on high, and just put one ice cube at a time, and it'll shave it, and it'll turn out nice and fluffy, and just do as many ice cubes as you need, as you want ice. All right, the Nettle Strawberry syrup has thickened up. Look at this. I have a fun pump. Again, I love kitchen things. It's an issue, but I'm learning to keep it all organized. So I've got my syrup. I've got my snow cone machine. I just ordered this online. It was like $50 or something, but we've used it a lot with the kids. And so you can do it the shaved ice blender way, or you can do it this way, which is kind of fun. You like freeze this little block of ice in these trays. All right, this is gonna be loud, so I'm gonna cover the mic for a second. All right, and I've got my little fancy snow cone thing. Again, put it in a cup or a bowl. So look at this. Well, I guess it's kind of hard to see. Shaved ice. And I'll take my ice cream scoop and I'm just gonna put a couple of scoops of shaved ice in here. How yummy and just perfect for this scorching hot day. And then as many pumps or spoonfuls if you're using a little spoon. Oh yeah, nice and thick and syrupy. Look. It's staying on the top because it's thickened up. It's not all falling through to the bottom. I think that's enough for me. Do a little mix. You guys, this is so refreshing. It is so refreshing. Little Nettle Strawberry syrup. Pour it on top of shaved ice. You could add holy basil to this. That would be really good. You could do blueberries instead of strawberries. That would be amazing. You could add a little bit of orange juice. Really play with it with the different herbs. A mint one would be lovely. But this combo right here is really something. Have fun playing. Stay cool, stay sweet, and we'll see you next week.